Divine and royal greetings, family. Shayola Benta here, along with my co-host and co-everything in this world of health, Latoya Davis. We are certified holistic practitioners, and we are here to share information with you. On Wednesdays, we have our book club meeting, and it's just amazing. So we, thought that we would share information with you on this platform, which is known as Build Through Broadcast. So today we'll be talking about fasting and the importance of doing it, right?
Right. Yes.
Yes, indeed. So I yield the mic as Latoya brings us in with some very pertinent information. Mm.
Yes. So we're going to start off reading from The City of Wellness, which is an amazing book by Queen Afua.
Mhm.
And we are on page 281, and we're discussing nutritional fasting. For
Mm.
those of us who are ready to follow the footprints of the saints, sages, and sacred ones, or who seek to be ageless, cellulite free, and radiantly happy and healthy, behold, perform a weekly 1 day, monthly 7 day, or 21 day seasonal emerald green nutritional fast. This fasting regimen is an amazing way to fine tune your body temple. There are various types of fasts, such as the water fast, fruit juice fast, great cure, dry fast, wheatgrass fast, and so on. In nature, when an animal is sick, it will fast until it is well, or it will eat only green grasses of the fields. When humans are in harmony with their body temples, they harness the power of fasting to regain balance, healing, or spiritual direction. The ancient masters recognized fasting as the great curative measure and employed it as a first defense against serious illness. Fasting twice in the week was a common custom in the times of Jesus. David fasted for 40 days. Jesus fasted for 40 days. The disciples of John fasted often. Gandhi fasted to get the British out of India. These wise men knew how to fast to promote health, prolong life, and free themselves from all kinds of bondage. The Essene Gospel of Peace revealed that each day that you continue to fast and pray, God's angels blot out 1 year of your evil deeds from the book of your body.
Mm.
Cleansed from all sin, you stand before the face of God. Essene Gospel of Peace, Volume 1, page 29. You must fast 1 day for each year that you have lived to totally purify yourself. For example, if you are 32 years old, then you should fast for 32 days. If you are 26, then fast for 30 up to for 26 days, and so on. Once you enter the kingdom of God through fasting, you receive prosperity, divine love, health, happiness, and peace. Unfortunately, the earth that grows our food has been devitalized. The air we need to breathe and our waters have been polluted. Due to our disrespect of nature, the very elements we need for healing are in crisis, especially in the urban areas. We can no longer only drink water for survival, as did the ancients. Even if we went to more rural areas in order to fast, we would experience violent detoxification crisis due to years of body pollution and dietary ignorance. This is why we must learn to prepare ourselves for the nutritional fasting programs offered through the 7 kitchens of consciousness. That
Wow.
is such a powerful section, and it just motivates me to just get my fasting on, continue to do it, which I plan on doing in the fall for sure.
Yes, you did mention that you were going to do another fast in the fall. I
Mm-hmm.
love, love, love. And if you have any, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, feel free to add your comments. We would love, love, love to hear from you. We have Shantae, Coach Shantae. She's our lead coach and practitioner in the space, and we just are grateful to have her in the fold with us. Welcome in,
Hey
sis.
y'all.
Welcome in.
Hey.
So, of course, we were recapping what we have gone over during the week as it relates to this fast. So, Latoya, what stuck out to you the most as you were reading?
Oh, there a lot of it. Of course, the fasting for each year, fasting for the amount of days for each year you were born.
Mm,
Also, the Essene Gospel of Peace revealed that each day that
mhm.
you continue to fast and pray, God angels blot out 1 year of your evil deeds from the book of the body. Cleanse from the sin, you stand before the face of God. That right
Wow.
there is just very powerful, and it's just a reminder that when you fast, it supports you in having clarity and insight. I know for me, and
Mhm.
also to reflect along with cleansing your body. It's something that is very imperative. I'm realizing this now more than ever. It's something to do before you make major decisions or do something, a major milestone. It's important to do a
Wow.
fast. Hmm.
Wow, 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 wow. That really is quite fascinating, right? One, the fact that we should fast for for the amount of years that we've been on the planet, and just knowing that we have an opportunity to clean ourselves of our, wrongdoing, if you will. So
Hmm.
that's dope. And I love the fact that she says, like, when animals are imbalanced or sick,
They
they
fast.
just they fast or they eat greens, which,
Hmm.
for us, I think when we aren't feeling so great, what we do is we go to the over the counter stuff. We look for ways to suppress the feeling of pain or discomfort, which actually suppresses the rejuvenation process, thus prolonging it. So when we're feeling an imbalance, typically we just have to let it run its course, but
Hmm.
suppressing it definitely is not a good look. Shantae, what say you? What did you take away from the reading?
Yeah, definitely. Like we said, that fasting one day for every year of life that you've lived, and the impact that that has. I know personally, committing to doing that is a major undertaking.
Mm,
I've not quite reached that point where I'm like knocking it out of the park, and I'm like, yeah, 32 days is chump change, and I'm just
right, right, right.
doing my thing. But I definitely find that when I am doing the fast, it's usually preceded by some type of spiritual inclination. So
Mm,
it all comes together and it comes back full circle. So usually, what it is that I'm meant to get out of the fast, I do still get.
mm.
Another thing that where's my, I guess I didn't highlight it.
That's okay.
Well, yeah. The only other thing that I wanted to add is the ancient masters recognized fasting as a great curative measure and employed it as a first defense against serious illness. That
Mm,
is very, very true and accurate. And the more in tune we are with the ancient ways and ourselves, the more we
mhm,
can naturally do that, because animals do tend to, go off by themselves and they're eating grass and not eating the food that they regularly eat. They may even avoid their regular water in favor of a different type of water simply because they know that they need something different.
mm,
So, just from that basic animalistic standpoint, fasting is definitely something that everybody, no matter what, you know, spiritual or religious path you follow, can implement to gain greater clarity and insight and physical healing as well as spiritual cleansing and healing.
mm. I love that. No matter what spiritual house or religion you practice, fasting, I'm sure, is a part of it, right? Because
Mhm.
clearly it gives us clarity. And they say that when you are, embarking on a new project, or if you need to make a big decision, or there's something big ahead, you should definitely fast so that
Mhm.
you would, have that clarity. So I'm definitely here for the fasting and the praying, because clarity definitely, to be on top of clarity, or for
Yeah,
clarity to be on top of you,
it's
that
a beautiful experience.
Yes.
it really, really is. It is. So I just wanted to make mention again that we are we were initially called Emerald Green Holistic Practitioners, which, we still rock our green. We still live in the land of green, but we are certified Heal Thyself practitioners under the tutelage of Queen Afua, who is a world-renowned holistic healer. She's been, doing this for decades, probably more than some of us have been alive. So we are grateful to her for the work, and to be an extension of, her teachings. So, the next phase, or the next subtitle, is the basic fast. And I get that a lot. How do I fast? How do I do a full body detox? Or, how do I do it? Well, for those of you who would like to know how you can do it, you can certainly, get the book. We don't have Shantae's information, but she can certainly put it in the chat. But you can reach out to us, and we'll be more than happy to provide you with the consultation, or an energy reading, to see where you are on the journey, what you can implement, what you can remove, so that you can work towards optimal wellness. So theemeraldscarab.com, or Love Infinite at loveinfinitenature.com. And Shantae, what's your website or your...
So I have a quick link, but let me double check myself to make sure that I am giving you the right one, because I use Bitly to shorten the URL.
Okay.
You got to make sure that you have the proper capitalization, or it will take you to somebody else's link.
Oh, well, we don't want that. So feel free to, I think you should be able to put it in the chat, or you can send it to me and I'll make sure that it's in there.
Okay, I've got it. I'm ready. All right. So you can reach out to schedule a session with me by going to bit.ly/TBL booking. That's capital T, capital B as in boy, capital L, capital B, lowercase OOKING. So TBL booking, bit.ly/TBL booking.
Give thanks. I hope that y'all got that. Send it to me too, so that I can go back. I was going to try to do it real quick, but I learned, Shayola, you're trying to do too much. So just slow it down. Slow it down. All right. So moving right along. So now we are in a space where we are going to dive in a little bit. We're not going to go too deep. Of course, we're here for a limited amount of time, but we do want to share this information for you. Sometimes we have conversations amongst ourselves, and it's just like, dang, we should have recorded that one. But, here we are. Shantae, did you want to pick up on page 282 with the basic nutritional fast?
Sure.
Give thanks.
So the basic nutritional fast, the preparation for the basic fast comes out of your previous Kitchen of Consciousness experience. By spending 7 days in each kitchen, from the Soul Food Kitchen of Consciousness to the Emerald Green Kitchen of Consciousness, you will have completed 28 days of fasting preparation. The longer you prepare for a fast within each of the previous kitchens of consciousness, the more effective the fast will be, and the fewer detox reactions you will have. The more you prepare, the less you will backslide by going to the opposite extreme and overeating, which can create too rapid a detoxification, causing unnecessary damage to your body temple. So as you progress from the soul food to the Emerald Green Kitchen of Consciousness, give yourself at least 7 days in each kitchen before you undertake the serious transformative work of fasting. Depending on your level of wellness, you may not need to dwell in the soul food kitchen. However, for those who have been eating processed and fleshed foods, this is often the best place to begin. For those who have been eating a vegetarian or live food diet for a significant period of time, you may decide to begin your healing journey in the Sun Food Live Food Kitchen of Consciousness. If you are not sure where you stand in the realm of purification, reach out to an ambassador of wellness, a naturopath, or holistic medical practitioner for advice and to help assess your level of fasting readiness. If you have more than 3 diagnosed health challenges, it may be beneficial to do mini fasts for 1 to 3 days once a week or once a month. If you have 1 to 2 health challenges and you are well prepared, you can fast anywhere from 7 to 21 days. Regardless of the fasting method you choose, fasting is very effective, particularly if done in coordination with the changes of the seasons or to create major changes in your life.
So before, I give my ad, what was your greatest takeaway, Shantae?
For me, the fact that just like meditation, there is no one specific way to fast. There is no one, you've got to do it this straight line way. The preparation for fasting is absolutely necessary, and that definitely should be exercised. However, for those who are looking to get started, don't overthink it, because it right here is very simple. You can do a simple 1-day fast. And then the thing that really stuck out to me is, regardless of the fasting method you choose, fasting is very effective, particularly if done in coordination with the changes of the seasons or to create major changes in your life. So if you are preparing to make major decisions, or if you follow astrology and you're aware of some major transits and things that are coming up in your chart, you can utilize fasting around those times to maximize the impact of those seasons and of those times, so that you can get the downloads, the information, or whatever it is that the Most High has for you, delivered more easily and readily into your psyche, so that you can actually use it. And that for me has been one of the biggest things, is just being open to, okay, just try this. Your spirit has been leading you to do these things. Oh, that looks like a fast. Okay, well, it looks like I'm fasting now, and not resisting,
Right.
that transition. Because coming up in a couple of pages, or either on the next page, somewhere in here, was one thing that stood out to me. And it's regarding indigestion, because I know for me, over the last couple of months, I have been led to do more of a fast during certain times of the month than, eating cooked meals and all of these other things, just to go on like a watermelon and salad cleanse, and just fast from cooked foods and allow my body the opportunity to just reset itself. And that's a fast. I'm fasting from cooked foods. Your fast doesn't have to be, completely liquid, although we are talking about this particular faster's kitchen. Start at whatever level that you're on, or wherever your spirit is leading you, because that was one that really stood out to me, was when I'm not listening to my body and eating the foods and drinking the drinks that my body tells me I need to, the indigestion kicks right in. And then that's an issue I have to deal with. But as soon as I stop eating the foods and things, and I go back to the fasting diet that my body has requested, it's almost like the indigestion doggone near immediately disappears. So definitely listening to your body, going on the journey with whatever your spirit has led you to do, and just committing and recommitting as often as needed is very important on this journey.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Latoya, what say you? What was your greatest takeaway from this passage?
Yes, and I totally agree with everything Shantae said. And the important thing that stand out to me is just the starting where you are and being very gradual on your journey, because I realized that worked for me, like being gradual, not being in a rush to, like, when I went transition to plant-based, each week I released a meat, and then when I decided to go completely plant-based the month later, then it was easy for me. I was ready for it, and it's a mindset thing. You don't try to force yourself to do it, or don't try to do it because everybody else you see around is doing it. Do it what works for you, and you'll find you'll have more success, and you're less likely to revert back to whatever you're doing. So I've seen some people go on a cleaner path and then revert back, and it's worse because of just forcing yourself to do something that maybe you didn't want to do, or not realizing that it's a holistic aspect of it, just focusing strictly on the physical aspect. I find that people tend to revert back. But if you're very gradual with it, and you understand that it is the mind, body, and spirit, then you'll definitely have more success. And even when I realized when I went raw, that I waited 3 years. I knew I wanted to do it when I saw it, because I saw it within a month of me going plant-based. I saw someone do it, but I waited 3 years until I really felt ready to do it. And it went from 30 days to, 7 years. But that was, I didn't plan on doing it that way, but I just was led to do it, and I enjoyed how I felt. And I saw the benefits of it on all levels, that how it shifted my life. Even when I go through my challenging times, I'm able to remember my foundation and be rooted in that. So yeah, that gradual piece is like, don't compare your journey to others, and just, start where you are. And hold on one moment, patience, then when you revert back, if you revert back, then you'll be okay. She's totally distracted me.
No patience right now. I want you to be present right now.
But yeah, but it's important just to be gradual and don't compare your journey to others.
Right. I love that. Not comparing your journey to others. Right. And that's one of the great things about this particular work of art. It gives you steps, right? There are 7 different kitchens of consciousness. And you start literally from where you are. So let's say you do consume flesh, then you might want to start off with the soul food kitchen, because that has transitional meals. Now, this book was written in 2008, I believe. So there are some things in here about soy. Of course, we try to stay away from the soy-based products as much as we can, because, none of us really need it in abundance within our body temple. So, I like the fact that when you start off where you are and you are gradual, then you reduce the effect or the chances of the extremes, right? And I think that sometimes we get caught up in the extremes. It either has to be this or it has to be that. And it's just like, well, there's no fun in extremes. We want wiggle room. We want to be able to have the balance, with the type of detoxing, because fasting very well can be different. As Shantae mentioned, I'm fasting from said thing. And usually when you're fasting, you are fasting with an intention. I'm doing this so that this is my result. Detoxing is really, you are removing all, from the body. That's a whole reset. And now you are more inclined to fast because your body is, clearer. So, definitely not be extreme. Go at your pace. We are, coaches that will help you to go, according to your pace, and listen to your body, because your body going to send you messages. They gonna tell you something. And whether or not we pay attention is important. Now, in the book, it said something along the lines of like, if you have 1 or 2 challenges or 2 or 3 challenges, the average adult has about 7 to 11 challenges that they have grown to live with, so I'm almost certain that most people probably need to work their way up to a 21-day fast, especially or a 21-day detox with intermittent fasting. Just living in the city. If you live in a city environment with the buses and the trains and the big trucks, all of that pollution, all of that is relative. So, it may not be your colon, but it could be your mind, could be your spirit. So does anyone else have anything to add before we move on? There isn't a whole bunch, but there are a few key points that I think that we should mention with a basic fast. Anything to add? Just want to make sure. Well, here's some things to consider, right? So with a nutritional fast, this is what you can expect. So during week 1, days 1 through 7, you're purifying the body. This is the week that you will experience your willpower and your divine power. If you can get through days 3 and 4, you're good to go. You're good to go. Now your mind, like what Shantae was saying, you may decide that you are going to do a liquid fast. Now, I can tell you, around day 3 or 4, you're like, I need to chew something. I need something to chew, but you don't have to do a straight liquid fast. But just know that if you start feeling like, oh my gosh, I need to chew something, that is totally normal. So, nothing there. These early days of fasting separate the weak from the strong as elimination of old waste and rapid clearing within the body is accelerated. Now, we know that when we're releasing, we release from everything: our eyes, our nose, our mouths, our ears, the skin under our arms, our private spaces, the toxicity, the mucus, it comes right on out. So some people may say, oh my God, what's happening? I thought I was supposed to be getting better. I feel like I'm getting worse. Well, everybody is running to the surface like, what's this? Just water? Just fruits? I don't know this regimen. So, the body is clearing. So it's not necessarily a crisis, but the body is just eliminating, right? So if you are successful in following the fasting regimen during the early days, you will have eliminated many of the potential challenges that cause you to slip and fall on the path. The faster's cleansing of healing crisis usually occurs in days 3 and 4. So to veggie back on what Shantae was saying, it's important that we ease our way into a fast. You don't want to have 3 solid meals of, let's say, flesh, and then the next day I'm fasting. That definitely will send the body into shock, and that's something that we're not checking for. Then it lets us know in week 2, days 8 through 14, now we're purifying the mind. So you got past days 3 and 4, you're in a different mental space. This week, you must draw upon, during week 2, you will discover increased levels of endurance, right? And your body will become more flexible as the poisons are released from your joints. Poison in the joints, y'all, that's that brittleness. And nobody want brittle joints. I know I don't. You are able to do things with your body temple that you did 5 and 10 years ago. You may be able even to walk faster and have fewer problems walking up the stairs. Your breathing will be deeper and fuller. If there's anybody that's signing in and out, if you've done a fast with any one of us or a detox, or if you've gone through veg camp, drop us a comment. Let the people know how you felt, a few days after, participating in your self-care. And then it says, as the body purifies, the mind will become sharper too. Expect mind expansions as you fast. Get ready for the development of a new mind that opens and is willing to consider new thoughts, new behaviors. I love that. Can you imagine clearing out helps you to be more open-minded? To be more open-minded? As your mind becomes more creative, the new project that you were struggling to produce now comes to full fruition effortlessly. We often think we will have less energy when we fast, but if you use the nutritional fasting method of cleansing and rejuvenation, you will have more energy each day. And then finally, we have the third week, days 15 through 21. Week 3 of your fast will open you up spiritually. It will allow you to hear that still small voice of the Most High. You are now in your divine state. You are more peaceful, more relaxed, slow to anger, if at all, more tolerant of others, stress less, and joyous. You smile and laugh more now, and you can see the beauty of life. Others will look up to you and ask for guidance in their affairs for light of wisdom. Spiritual beauty and peace flows through you. Your aches and pains are gone physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Repeat the 21-day fast often if you desire to maintain a high state in an impure world. Fasting is a way for you to truly become high. Taking drugs and alcohol is not getting you high, it's taking you low. If we all fasted throughout the world, crime, violence, and war would be eliminated. That's the part, Latoya, that I said, no, it was something that you were like, that's great. But can you imagine everybody in the world saying, you know what? I'm going to do a 3-day fast. I'm going to do a 7-day fast. I'm going to do 14 days. I'm going to do 21 days. I'm going to do 42, whatever it is. And no crime and violence and war. Talk about a planetary shift. So, y'all, this is how you end the fast. Once you come off your long fast, eat only fruits and vegetables for 14 days. If you come off a fast and begin eating whole grains and vegetable proteins and meat substitutes, you will reverse the benefits of the fast and make yourself sick. And I can attest to that because I've done it and it is not fun. So eat light foods, continue drinking your juices, and stay in the energetic heights. You've earned your wellness and peace of mind. For additional information on breaking a fast properly, see Heal Thyself for Health and Longevity. So that's another one of her literary works that literally is holding up my computer now. Let's see if I could grab it. Hold on. I'm trying.
I got you.
Okay, great. Because look, the book is sliding. It's sliding, y'all. It's sliding. Yeah, so that is another great read. So, we want to take advantage. Reading definitely is, in my mind, the way to go. So I'll stop there. Does anyone have anything to add about those 4 stages?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I would say after the fast, it's extremely imperative to ease your way back into eating things, because I don't know how I've seen on social media somebody say that they had got finished doing a fast, and then they literally ate something that was just extremely heavy. And a lot of times it was with flesh, so it was just like, yeah, that's it. That is extremely important. I recall last year, after doing a 21-day fast, I didn't even eat anything as extreme as flesh, but I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was tainted. Something was tainted, but I had buffalo cauliflower and I really didn't want it at all. But I was like, well, that's what was prepared or whatnot. So I just ate it just to eat it. And that really messed my stomach up. I was just like, yeah, something was tainted. I don't know if it was something in the I don't know what it was. I to this day don't know what happened. But I normally don't eat like that after a fast. But even with that, and it was dehydrated, I dehydrated a cauliflower. It wasn't even fried or cooked, nothing, So it's really real. Like, that's something like, please. I remember seeing it was the T-Pain. He had got off of a 40, like, I don't know, it was a fat, like a 21-day liquid fast or something. And then he literally showed himself, had a chef make a steak with pizza on it. But the toppings were pizza, but it was a steak. And I was like, what? Oh my goodness.
Yes. Woo. I mean, just to feel, I don't know if anybody out there has ever felt indigestion so bad that you really feel like you're having a heart attack.
Yes.
And I did that. And I had to call the ambulance, y'all. I had no idea. And when I got to the hospital, for them people to tell me that I paid for an ambulance ride and a hospital visit for gas, I said, oh, never again. Never again. Oh, it was like I couldn't breathe. It was like with every breath it hurt. So y'all, we have to ease our way into fast, do what we can while on our fast, and then ease our way out.
Yes.
Shantae, did you have anything that you would like to add?
Only things that I would like to add. I remember growing up. I grew up in the Seventh Day Adventist church, and every now and then they would do the corporate fast. In the corporate fast, they say these are the things that we're fasting from in this season. We're going to pray together at this time. It's usually 12 o'clock in the afternoon. We're going to all just wherever you are, stop what you're doing and pray, and so on and so forth. And then the fast would end with like a potluck or something like that at church. And I just remember even in that space doing these fasts and watching my parents or my mom do these fasts and trust in the Lord for whatever it was, the breakthrough, whether it was the building fund or community projects or whatever the case was, and just having that experience even as a child, and to come into this space and combine even more knowledge with that, to see, oh, okay, well, that's what I was observing when this person was dealing with this after the fast. This is why. Oh, okay, when this person was dealing with this during the fast, this is what was going on with them. So now I have a more well-rounded understanding of what all is entailed in a fast. And these resources, these books and things were available then. I just didn't know. So if one thing that I would like to say is, if you are on this broadcast and you have family and friends that you want to learn about Queen Afua, or if you want to help spread the word, if there's something that you learned here that was like an aha moment and you want more people to know about it, share the video with whomever you feel it needs to be shared with. Once we're done here, it'll be uploaded on YouTube, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And I believe YouTube has a setting where you can share the video from a specific timestamp. So if there's something that was said here that you feel would resonate with a specific person, you don't have to say, hey, watch this whole 30 some odd minute experience. You can just share it from the moment of whatever it is that person you feel would resonate, or excuse me, what you feel that person would resonate with, so that they can get this word. Because had I had this information, had my mom had this information, had my church had this information when we were doing our corporate fasts and community fasts, people on medications would have been better supported. People with certain other mental and physical health conditions could have been better supported. People who felt like they needed to have a pizza steak at the end of their detox would have been properly supported, and they would have known, okay, that's not the direction that I need to go. I need to ease my way back into eating solid foods. I need to just take my time here, and whatever the case may be. But this is really a work that transcends any type of religious belief system or spiritual belief system, because every single one of us, no matter what we practice in our spiritual or religious setting, we have a body. Like, we all physically, this right here, we all have one, and they all need certain things. And when we get hung up on, well, I can't believe or trust in what this person says because her spiritual practice is different from mine, but nobody in your space has been sharing this information for all of these years, you put yourself at an unnecessary disadvantage. So when you come to this space, one of the biggest takeaways should always be, what is this going, how is this going to be beneficial to me? What is this going to do for me? How can I best use this information? Who do I know that could be, who could benefit from this? Because I see patients on a weekly basis at the chiropractic office that I work with, and they're all looking for this information on some level, from the Jehovah's Witnesses to the Baptists to the Methodists and everybody in between. Everybody is looking for how they can heal themselves and how they can restore themselves and how they can be healthier and have optimal wellness. And the answer is in the things that we sometimes look at and say, oh no, that's not something I believe in. But at the end of the day, it really does boil down to this physical body needs help, and God created the fruits, the vegetables, the herbs, all of the plants and things that we use. And when we get the best of what we can and we know what to do with those things, we can support our own bodies to optimal wellness. And for those of us that don't have astronomical numbers of illnesses and conditions wrong with us, it's easier for us to get ourselves to a good place so that we can usher others into getting into a good place. And you don't have to be healed at 100% in order to lead people into healing. The best healers are also healing themselves as they journey. So look for somebody that's going to be genuine and authentic. You've got 3 on your screen right here. There are a few others of us that were not able to attend today, but you definitely have options for who you can work with. And there are no questions off limits. There is no embarrassing condition that you can possess that is so far to the left that you can't get help. If there is something that you need help with, just ask, because you never know what kind of help is available for you if you just open your mouth and say what needs to be said. But that's all I wanted to add.
Do healer sound like Brother Eric? Closed mouths don't get fed.
Exactly.
Yes, you want to make sure. Yeah, I love that. I love everything that you just shared, because oftentimes we miss it because of the messenger, right? Well, they don't practice what I practice, so I don't want to do that. It's like, okay, we got what you need. Or, they don't have an MD behind. We didn't have to go to school for 8 years, 6 years, or what have you to gain the information, because it was already innate in us. Mm-hmm. We have just brought it to the surface and have, gone through the necessary training. So we like to think of ourselves as spiritual surgeons, because anything that takes place in the spirit or in the physical realm has to take place in the spiritual realm first. That's just it. So if we can catch it when it's in the spiritual realm, we can help you combat it before it becomes a dis-ease to the physical body. So I know we've gone over our time just a little bit, which we kind of knew what it would happen. The last thing that I just want to touch on, a part of our fast is a talking fast. And we don't really realize how important it is to go through a talk fast. So I just want one of you, if you don't mind, and for those of you who are watching this or watching it as a replay, just hang on just a little while longer. We want to give you the entire, situation. So either one of you like to read the talk fast, Hours of Power, real quick for us, and we'll close out with that.
Okay, I can do it.
Okay.
All right. The talk fast, Hours of Power. For spiritual weight training during a fast, avoid unnecessary speech or conversation for 1 to 2 hours daily. This time is sacred and part of your healing work. I'll call this period your Hours of Power. This process develops opportunities for deeper inner cultivation and deeper meditation. Once you consciously close the portals called the lips, and the other portals of communication become more activated, such as the first eye, or your intuitive, spiritual, all-seeing eye, and the crown arete, which opens to receive the blessings of heaven. From these centers, you are able to hear the Holy Spirit talk through and to you. When the arutu are open, you receive inner spiritual guidance in your daily affairs. This exercise also helps detoxify your thoughts and releases bad habits. It then allows for your mind to experience higher thoughts and visions. Fasting supports a wonderful, fulfilling, and peaceful way of living. It is indispensable. It is an indispensable health tool and a supreme gift. It makes you feel clean and refreshed on the inside. It enhances your beauty on the outside. Embrace your purification, digest it, caress it, stand on it, lean on it, and rest on it. It will build you into a perfect temple of pure light, love, wealth, and health. The body, mind, and spirit grow and develop in unison. As you rise to higher levels of fasting and natural living, you will bear witness to your heightened spiritual and mental progression. As you work through the various levels, you will witness how fear, anger. Okay, wait a minute.
Hi, honey.
All right, so where was I? The body, mind, and spirit grow and develop in unison. As you rise to higher levels of fasting and natural living, you will bear witness to your heightened spiritual and mental progression. As you work through these various levels, you will witness how fear, anger, depression, anxiety, and lack of faith will fall away from you. Observe that with each step of purification, you advance towards perfection. Observe how, when you increase your capacity for love, how peace, faith, humility, wealth, and health radiate through, around, and about you. The benefits of nutritional fasting are unlimited. The Creator will be awakened in your mind and thoughts. You will gain boundless intelligence and creativity and increase physical wealth and prosperity. Our Father God has many mansions. Because you are the sons and daughters of a great Creator, you are the heirs and heiresses to the throne. If you will but allow the divine Holy Spirit to guide you and keep you in your business affairs, you should be triumphant. As you move with joy and great expectation through these high degrees of purification and rejuvenation, your whole world will open like the 1,000-petal lotus flowers contained in the crown. A wreath of your being. Once purified, your energy centers can be activated permanently, allowing you to tune in and become a fountain of pure light and love. As you continue to cleanse and honor your body temple, your inner voice will guide you until you become victorious in all your affairs.
So I just wanted to get that part out because I believe that the talking fast is equally as important.
Yes.
What do y'all say?
Agreed.
Yes.
Ashe. So it is, and so it shall be. So if you are thinking again about detoxing or fasting, feel free to reach out to any one of us. Everything you need is in the circle. We will have a website soon, or at least a landing page where you can go and see who we are and what we offer. We are in different spaces. I'm in Virginia. Latoya's in Georgia. Shantae is in Alabama. We have, a sister that's in Costa Rica. We have a brother that's in New York. We have many more practitioners that are in the Georgia area. So we out here in these streets. So we will be back again next Friday. See y'all.
Meeting's starting to run together, huh?
Health and wealth. That's all I know now. Health and wealth. But here we are. So we'll see you next week, Friday, 12:30-ish. No, 12:30. And feel free to bring your questions. And with that, we say peace, light, and love. Until the next time.
Peace.
See you
Bye,
later.
y'all.